God damn it. Wait, hold on. There we go. Alright, am I all coming in now? Am I all there? Hope so. I think I am. That's cool. Let me turn on my desktop audio. Okay, so I've got a bit of a different setup this time. Where to begin? I should probably open up some more tabs. There's some images I gotta look at. So, earlier today I was doing a stream, and I mentioned that I would like to stream doing the music stuff, but I'm running it off this really... I don't know if I can lift it, but it's like this like really old MacBook that I've had for like 8 years. And she's on life support. She's an old cat. She can't run on battery power anymore. She's got maybe like a couple years left on her, maybe. Not a lot of free space on it. I don't know if I can... Yeah. It's old, basically. It's a very old computer. I wasn't sure if I could get it to stream, but Zoom came to the rescue, of all things. So I'm using Zoom to screen share to my main computer and then stream from that. So it's a compromise, but it works. I did some testing about an hour ago. Audio comes in okay, but there is a bit of delay. So everything that you guys will hear there might be a bit of delay on it. I'm working directly from the computer though, and I'm remote sharing it to the computer, which I am not touching at all. I'm just got my main computer as like I'm just like screen sharing it. I should probably join the audio so I can actually hear what's happening. Hold on. Join with computer audio, and then I leave it muted so that you guys can hear the audio from this computer, and I think that should work if I like do a... I don't know if you guys can hear me doing that. I hope so. It was working 15 minutes ago. Hopefully it still works now. So... Oh, someone already redeemed Gabby Trivia. God, that's what I forgot to do. I forgot to write more trivia. I knew I forgot something. But don't worry, I got a fact that I've been thinking about. Okay, here's one. I'm going to have to do a list of all the trivia we've done already so I don't repeat them. Thanks for redeeming that, by the way. So, bit of Gabby Trivia for you guys for this evening. Or, well, for me it's the evening. I don't know what it is for you guys. Her hair color was not originally pink. And I know that might seem a bit obvious. It was originally blonde in terms of not like her design, like the first iteration of the design, but in like the canon, I suppose. Before... Well, it wasn't always pink. It was blonde at one point in the story. And that's all for now. So thanks for redeeming Gabby Trivia, my dude. Navi stream. Are we didn't hydrate? Okay, good. I got my coffee here, freshly brewed. Hope to God I do not spill it on anything here, because I have a lot of damn cables running through. And now I've just jinxed it, haven't I? Okay, so... Here's all the demos I've been doing for the past... how many weeks? I can't remember now. Maybe a week or two. Yeah, I think so. So I've got some of them are the project files, some of them are just bounces of them. I'm gonna play one of them as an audio test. And I don't know if you guys can... Oh wait, I have to plug this in. Gotta plug in these headphones. Oh wow, hold on, I gotta turn that down. I hope that... Oh, is that going to affect that volume? Yeah, I don't know. We'll just play it. I don't know how... You let me know what the levels are like for you guys. Too quiet, too loud. Tell me now so that I can set that volume and then move on. You can hear it? Alright, sweet. For me, it's like really loud, so I might take whatever's out. The thing is, Zoom is so weird. Zoom is so weird. Because if I turn this down... It'll turn it down on the call as well, on this computer that I'm using. And so if I play that again now, I don't know if it's going to make any noise. Yeah, so if I have this louder, it makes that louder, but it also makes this louder. So it's kind of strange. So I guess we'll just see what happens. This is the first time I've done it this way, so this could go horribly wrong or not. So yeah, I think the latest one I was doing might have been this one. No, that's, I'm not going to use that one. Number 9, that one was okay. Some of these are kind of bad, some of them are okay, one of them's like really polished, but I'm not sure if I'll use it. There's another thing I want to do as well, actually, before we start. Gotta get Pinterest open. Give me a sec. So this is the most complicated setup I've ever done for a stream. I'm using 2 computers here. It's pretty whack. So I open my board. So I've been pinning some more character stuff lately, but I want to try and find my environment stuff. Because I want something to look at while I'm doing some work on the music, just so that I can, I don't know. Yeah, it's good that I have something to look at, just as reference, you know? Hopefully, yeah, okay. Because I have the lid down here of the computer. I don't know if that's going to mess things up. Let me open some more images for inspiration. Because I want something that kind of... Because if I open the level... Because here's the thing, right? I have the level. I don't know if I've got a screenshot of it anywhere. But, you know, you've seen it from the last video. Of the crate towers and everything. And, I mean, that's cool, but... The reason why I'm adding music to it is to kind of enhance the atmosphere of it. And it's hard for me to derive atmosphere from it in its current form because it's still kind of rough, right? So I want to try and get something more to what I'm picturing in my imagination. And then sort of try and picture a song to that and then write the music and then put the music with my scene. And then it might enhance the atmosphere, you know? So I'll open that one. I'll open that one. There's another one that I remember looking at. I can't remember where it was. I'm trying to find it. Maybe I didn't pin it. But yeah, I've been like pinning more sketches and poses lately. Because I just thought, oh, that'd be a cool pose to draw. I'll try that someday. And I kind of should put these in its own board somewhere probably, but I just can't be bothered. So they're all in this board. The one big board for anything mildly interesting to me. I think this was the image, but there was another image I was looking at. Well, I guess we'll just do these for now. I'll put these on my other screen, maybe? Or I'll leave them here and I'll alt tab. Or, you know, I'll put them over. God. Yeah, I don't know what screen I should put these on, because I've got you guys chat on this screen and my work on that screen. And, why does it keep going back? So I might put this over there. Yeah, okay. So on my second screen now. Anyway, all right, let's get into it. So I've got this demo that I was working on. Hydrating, don't worry. Oh wait, why is it looping? Hold on. Gotta turn that off. There we go. I hope you guys can hear that. Okay, I'm not seeing any chat activity, so I'm assuming you can hear it. A little quiet? Alright, let me turn this up maybe. Because the computer volume affects the, Zoom is weird. I'm using Zoom. But usually it tends to be kind of quieter here anyway. Because I haven't mastered it. This is still the mix. Actually, I know a solution to mitigate this. I'll just turn up this. Hold on. I'll turn up this too. Alright. Is that any better? Is that better? Hold on, I'll play the thing. I'll play the thing again. You guys tell me. I want to get this right so that I don't go like an hour with like the worst levels. So, because I need to have it a bit lower, because it's hurting my ears having these plugged in. So you guys tell me how that is. Like volume-wise. Yeah? Good? Sweet. Awesome. Alright, so I think I'll leave it at that volume at the moment. So I had another demo. I'll show you guys the other one as well, because I got a few here. I'll show you the ones that are my favorite. So number 9 I'm liking. I might put like an asterisk next to it, so that's like one I like. Number 7. This one I didn't like as much. I think I showed this one earlier today. I've got like this empty space in the middle here. Then it comes back here with like a bass line on it and some beats. Wasn't sure about it though. Like if I turn off the chords, I kind of like how I did the bass. I'll see if I can louden that up and frequency wise so that you guys can hear it a bit better. I don't know how hard that is to hear, because usually the bass stuff's very difficult to hear on Twitch and that sort of thing. So I'll up the octave a bit for you guys. So I like that, but the rest of it I didn't like that much. So I might use that bass line somewhere. Yeah, I was kind of going for like a chase sort of vibe. But I don't know, could come in handy. So, but I wasn't really vibing with that one right now for this thing, so I might just save that. Let's find another. So I'll do like a 1 asterisk there as well. Might use that. What was this? I can't remember all these ones. Oh, this was just like, I liked this one. This was alright. So it's just a loop at the moment. I didn't really make it that far with this one, but I'm thinking this one could work for like a menu screen perhaps, or something not high pace but in between 2 pace spikes, if that makes sense. So you got like high tension moment and then another high tension moment, and then maybe in between that we got like a plateau. You'd have like a little something like this. It's just like a loop. I didn't add anything else to that yet. So I might asterisk that one because I do like that. What was number 5? I can't, like, I just number them because I can't think of names anymore. Oh wait, okay, I have to turn the volume down on this one. There's this other one. And I didn't really finish that one. Not vibing that one as much. What's this bass that I put in? Oh, that was the bass from the other song. I guess I forgot I tried using it there. Not gonna asterisk that one. So I just want to like get an idea because I don't know which one I'll work on yet. I've got like all these ones and I'm like, oh, which one to do? So I don't know. I thought I'd just give like you guys the opportunity to listen to them all first, and then I'll go and pick one. And then there's this one. I don't think I've finished this one quite yet. And yeah, I've got all these track stacks here, if you're curious what these are. And yeah, I don't know how to do with that one, but I liked a few bits of it, so I might asterisk this one too. And I'm just making this system up now. To me, it's like, okay, I'll put an asterisk in front of it, then I'll know that it's this one I'll take further. Now, some of these other ones are a little older. I think this was the one I showed. Yeah. This is the one I put on SoundCloud last week. So this is what the file looks like, and this has a lot more polish. Turn it down a little bit, 'cause this is really loud. So, I mean, I think you've heard most of this one already, probably. This one I liked, really. Like, I really like this one. But, I'll go... Hold on. Is there a way I can change how this is... No, I won't mess with it. Because I'm, like, looking here, and I've got this screen that you guys see, and then my actual computer screen, so I'm seeing duplicates. But if I have it set up this way, then I can drag in stuff on the screen for you guys to look at. So... This is some images of stuff that I kind of want to go towards, vibe-wise. And I know vibe is really abstract, but that's sort of the realm I'm in at the moment. I'm just sort of trying to get a feeling for something. And this one I liked a lot in terms like the song, but it felt a bit too fast and action for the scene I'm doing. And this image is sort of similar to what I've got in Unreal at the moment with these crates, so... I feel like I wanted something a bit more dreamy and a bit less, like, I don't know, whatever this is. But this is still, I want to use this one. Hold on. Oh, I'm sharing, let me share my other screen again. So, there we go. Nils, yeah, you did miss a Gabby trivia. The trivia was that Gabby's hair color was not always pink, which... I mean, I guess you guys probably would have guessed that, because pink is not a natural hair color, but I just thought I'd specify that it is not, indeed. Because, I mean, you never know. Anime is weird, right? Anime characters have all sorts of wacky hair colors, and I don't know if it's supposed to be dyed or that's just how it is. For Gabby, it's like... I'm not sure if it's dyed, but it definitely wasn't that color when she was born. I can tell you that. So this one, I might... don't think I'll work on this one today, because I want to develop one of my other demos a bit more, because I think this one I'm happy with at the moment. I don't want to do anything more to it right now. And I've put this one in the game already in the race mode, because I'm like, yeah, that'll work. There was another one. These were some of the older ones. Now this, what was this one? I think this was like this is from last year. I didn't want to look at that one. I wanted to look at the other one. This one. This was the very, very, very first one I did back in some point last year. I've like changed the arrangement a little bit, but I'm thinking maybe using this today as well. It's just like a loop that sort of goes like that. You probably heard this one before, I'd wager, because I've had this one out for a while. So I'm thinking I think this one does fit kind of nicely with the image in my head of like the feeling of it. I got like 2 keyboards here on my desk. So to me, that matches with that, and I'll play it in the background. Like I look at that image, and I know this isn't my level, right? But it's just sort of it's the feeling that I want in this image. I can't put my finger on it, but I look at that, I listen to this, and I'm like, yeah, I like that. Or one of these other ones. And I feel like and I feel like even with the pace of the level, I think if this one could work too. This is a strong contender. Atmosphere, yeah, that's sort of like what I'm after. I'm not the best at explaining it very well, and I know that because I'm not a music specialist. I kind of just do it. I used to do it a bit more back before Project Feline, but since starting Feline, I haven't really touched music that much. So I'm by no means a what would you say? I'm not like a PhD student or anything. I'm just kind of doing what feels like abstractly what feels kind of nice. So I don't know. It's mainly intuition. Oh wait, hold on. I had my audio duplicated there. I hope that didn't come. I hope that didn't mess up with the audio. Because yeah, for those just joining, this is like held together by band-aids. So I'm running my old Mac computer that can barely run itself through Zoom to my desktop and streaming my desktop, because this computer cannot stream. It just doesn't. I did a test in OBS about an hour ago, and my god, yeah, there was some problems. For some reason, it would record my voice, but it wouldn't record the desktop audio on it, and I couldn't get that working. So yeah, so that's my complicated setup. Hopefully that's fixed now. Hopefully that didn't cause any problems. But yeah, but I like this one. I like this one, so I might put an asterisk on that as well. I'm gonna go back to number 9 now, because I remember that was the first one we looked at, and I want to listen to that again and see if I want to work on this one. Because I think this one's kind of nice, but I feel like it's a little too slow compared to the other. Let me up that tempo a bit, actually. 140. Let's go. So I'm just listening. I'm probably going to do a lot of listening today, because that's what my workflow is like. I haven't really streamed my music workflow before, but I spend a lot of the time just listening over and over and over and trying to just imagine stuff and see where it takes me. So I'm going to try and not do too much of that, of course, because I know you guys want to see me manipulate and play with stuff here. So the feeling I'm getting, I still don't know. It feels a bit too, like, it feels like a sort of victory music, kind of. Has that sort of feeling to it. With some of these chords here. I don't know if maybe I arranged that differently, because I want something not too slow but not too fast. So I think that other, I don't know what was the other one I did. I think number 4 or 3. I think it was 3. 3 too fast, I think. 3 was too fast. 9 that we're on now is number 9. This one feels a bit too relaxed, I think. But I think number 2 I kind of did like. This was the very, very first one, and I kind of, it's growing on me a bit. I kind of wasn't sure at first, but I think I'm liking where that one's going. So maybe we'll open that one up. See where I don't know, we'll just see what happens. I didn't have a plan going into this. I was just gonna like open it and just play around with it and see where it might go. Let me get rid of this. So let's see if I can change around some stuff. The drums I was gonna change at some point, but I'm not sure what I'll change those to yet. I really like these strings. I reckon that to me feels, that's like, yeah, that's the strings for the game. It's very simple, of course, so I don't know if maybe there's a bit more I'll do to it, because it's a little repetitive, but it works for now, I think. Okay. I think I know one thing I might do. So in one of these other songs, I'll open up one of the other folders, because I think it was number 4. I'll have that open at the same time, if this computer can handle it. Because I did some cool drum fills that I want to try and copy over. Okay, it wasn't this one. It was this one, I think. What is the overall feeling? Well, I mean, that's a big question. I'm kind of just thinking about the level, not the entire game at the moment. Just for that level and my vague, abstract sort of ideas I've got flying around, what feels good. So at the moment, like all those demos I've showed are kind of just ideas. It's just me ideating. And I'm kind of, some of them I think might work, some of them maybe not. And it's just like, okay, because I'm not I haven't quite developed the ability yet to because the way, okay, see if I can use a metaphor here. So the way I see it with composing music, because I never, well, technically I didn't study anything that I do. I just kind of started doing it. But with music in particular, because I don't do that as much as programming or drawing or that sort of thing. So for me, it's like I can get myself to kind of shoot something, but my aim isn't 100%. So I'll shoot somewhere, but it might not land exactly where I want. But it might land somewhere interesting. And I can't quite control the outcome of exactly how something will sound yet. I don't know if that's even possible, right? So I'm kind of just like, well, let's just throw stuff out, like shoot some bullets, see where they land, pick whatever is like kind of the closest, and work on that one. And at the moment, I'm gonna just copy these. I hope I can copy these over, these drum fills that I did, because I really like the ones I did on this track, and I want to try and copy those over to the other track, like this one. Where did I? Yeah. So I want to copy those, and maybe with that one too. I've got some samples here too, so I'll copy that. Hopefully, I should just be able to paste it in this, because I want to like put some of those fills in. I don't know why. I don't know what. Yeah, I haven't touched this one in a while, so I'm not sure what all the tracks do, but we'll figure it out. So let's create a new track. Oh, that's an audio track. I don't want an audio track. I want a software instrument track. Yeah. And if I paste that, okay, use the selected and following tracks. Create new, oh yeah, we'll do that. We'll do the last one. If I can click it. There we go. Oh, that's not a drum. That's an electric keyboard. So let me set a new instrument there. So yeah, I gotta fill in the instruments. Where's drum machine? I don't want drum kit designer. I want drum machine designer. Yeah. And I don't want that preset. Oh, okay. It's put all this stuff on there. I don't want that. I just want blank instrument. I don't want any of this stuff. I don't want a delay on it. Hold on. Let me paste that again. Create new tracks. So it's created all these tracks, but is that going to work now? Oh, there we go. Oh, it's it half worked. It's not playing. Why is it cutting it off there? That's strange. It's not letting me scroll. Okay, there we go. Okay. Alright, that's not quite what I wanted it to sound like either. What the hell is that? Okay, maybe pasting tracks does not work the way I thought it did. Let's go back to the original. What instrument did I use? Oh my god, no, don't crash. Please. Okay. So I used Minimal Kit 2. So it should... Okay, that's Ultra Beat. Okay, sorry, my bad. Ultra Beat, not Drum Kit Designer. So, I don't know why it's... Okay, that's not... Let me full screen this, maybe. Yeah, that's the wrong instrument. So it's not pasting correctly. Hold on. I'm no Logic expert here, so I might fumble this a bit. Let's try pasting it one more time. New tracks. It should allow me to actually modify these properly now, hopefully. Oh. Nope. You know, okay, well, let's just make track... We'll just make them ourselves. And I don't want a preset. I want a blank track. I don't want all this stuff. I don't want a fader. There we go. Nice and simple. Where's Ultra Beat? There we go. And then what was it? Minimal Kit something? Minimal Kit... Minimal Kit 1. I think that's what I used. Oh, Minimal Kit 2. Oh, please don't crash. All right, yeah. I don't want to like push this computer past her limits. So okay, I think that's the right. Okay. Now, how many of those did I have? I had one, and then okay, so I had 3 tracks. Oh god, yeah, this is so slow. You can see why I didn't want to stream directly from the computer now, maybe. So in Minimal Kit 1, and then I had an audio track. Okay. So we should just be able to duplicate that, hopefully. And we'll change that to Minimal 1. Duplicate that again. I said duplicate. God. I said duplicate. Oh, come on. Okay, we'll do it this way then. I hate how it always makes it electric piano. Let's get rid of those faders. Ultra beat time, yeah. And I think this one was, yeah, minimal 1. Where are you? Minimal 1. There we go. And then an audio track. Stereo, no input. Boom. All right. So now we should be able to copy it. Hopefully, I'll do it one at a time, maybe. Or just I'll do the midis first. Maybe we'll move these closer together. So it's like that. So I'll copy them like this, and then we'll. Oh, don't crash. There we go. I'll select that first option, see what we get. Okay, here we go. Yeah, that's it. And then I'll copy that audio snippet I had there too. I had this. I've been trying to find sample packs and stuff to use, and I thought this was kind of neat, so I'm gonna copy that over. I might have to because the timing is probably super off. Yeah. So, okay, I'm gonna do a thing called flex time here. I don't know if you guys know what that is. To get this, you see the BPM is completely unsynchronized. So I have it at 160 now. I'm gonna change it to 175 so that sample matches. And then I'm gonna select this button, and I'm gonna, it's this thing, it's like an audio, yeah, it does some magic, basically. That's all we gotta know. And if I enable flex, I don't want to turn it on, I want to turn on this track here. So now it kind of slices the track up, and I can then change the BPM, and it'll hopefully work. So I'm going to change this to speed effects, because that's usually the most natural sounding one. And now, I think, what did I have it? 165, right? Sorry, I gotta wait for that zoom overlay, because on my screen here there's a big zoom overlay covering this bit. Okay, so it was 160, right? That's what I had it at. And it slows down that a bit now. So that's a bit better. Cool, so that's the fill I wanted. Let's put those in with the drums in that stack, because I have a whole stack of drums here. And we'll add some of those in, because I feel like percussion is gonna be... That's my favorite instrument to work with. I love percussion. It's sick. So we'll see where we can put the little nuggets of that in here for some of these fills. So maybe just before that verse, or whatever it's called. Oh, it vanished. No, come back. There we go. Drag that over. See how this sounds. Too loud. Let's turn you down, buddy. I'm gonna have to unclip this. I'll clip these ones, and I have to change the volume because these are so loud. Jesus Christ. Okay, we'll just put those back. Why is this not snapping to the grid? Come on. Snap to the grid. There we go. So we'll turn this down to maybe -6 decibels. See how that sounds? Usually -6 is my go-to. So we'll see how this sounds. Yeah. So that's how I want it to sound. Although this sample doesn't really match, so I'm going to mute that one. We'll listen to that again. Something like that. But maybe I've got to figure out what all these are. So I don't really want that one on at the moment, but I like the kick. And that. Like that sort of. Except that doesn't sound like I remember. We'll do minimal 1. Wait, that is minimal 1. We'll do minimal 2. Okay, that's a bit more like it. So maybe might not fit very well at that beginning bit, but we'll keep it in the bank for now. I'll just keep it muted at the moment. I was hoping it'd fit a little better. Sorry about that massive loud crashing noise. Okay, I'll work on a little something else. Maybe we'll do some pads next. Or maybe some rhythm. I usually like working... I don't know... Okay, this is just the terminology I use. I don't know if this is correct, but this is sort of how I break down my music. So... melody is those strings that you hear, and it's not very melodic, but like it's not complicated, but it's sort of the lead focus. Rhythm is like the background, sort of arpeggios and stuff, and that's also I like working on those bits a lot. So maybe we'll add a few layers to that because it's a bit simple. I got another thing here. What's this? Don't remember what I used that one for. Maybe I'll mute that. This sounds a bit slow. What's this other one? Oh yeah, this is I used that one before. That was a good one. So let's copy some of that in. So let's got my keyboard over here. Okay, hopefully that comes through all right. I might add because the velocity is kind of weird on this, so I'm going to do a velocity processor because I have to like really hit my keys there so it sounds loud enough. So I'm just going to do maximize velocity. So every time I just touch a key, it's like full velocity. And we'll turn off that arpeggiator there, and we'll just like play out a little something. I think that's the sound I'm using for this. So it's just an electric piano with some delay on it. But I feel like let's pick something a bit more abstract or synthy sounding. So let's have a look through here. Usually this ESX, this one can sometimes give you cool stuff, the sampler. So I don't know. Oh, that's like okay, maybe that's not what I want. Let's look at another instrument. Let's look at I was looking at this one recently. This was kind of nice. Ooh, that's very loud. I'll turn that down. So this is just like a retro synth, I think it's called. A lot of these are just built into Logic, which is why I love using it. This comes with a bunch of stuff because I don't really know where to go to find more. Okay, that's a bit too sleepy. Let's go synth leads. Let's have a look at those. Oh yeah, this one's alright. Maybe a little too funky though. Oh, this one could work. Like as like a background sort of noise, maybe. So we'll try something with that. Let me copy this sequence. Can I like solo that? Doesn't sound like I was hoping it would. Maybe we'll transpose that a bit higher, up an octave. Oh, it only plays one note at a time because I've got like all the chords. This is just like the chord but with an arpeggiator on it. So we'll get rid of some of these. Alright, we'll try another one. I'll just keep that in the bank. Might come in handy, but I want to do some more exploring. Copy this. So we'll see what other instruments we could use in this preset. Some of these aren't great. We'll look at keyboards. What's in here? Ooh, that's kind of nice. That's some arpeggiation. I'll copy the chords over. Okay, it's a bit too chimey. Let's look at another instrument. I guess 2 maybe? This could be a good one. Some nice stuff in here. Synth keyboards. Ooh, okay, too funky, too funky. Nah. That's like destroying my ears. Let me turn that down. Trying to think. Oh, you know, there's another one. I have like a demo version of Silent that I just kind of use, and this sometimes has some neat stuff. Yeah, this is a bit more up my alley. Oh yeah, this one could work. Can I transpose that higher? Maybe, let me copy this one. Okay, that doesn't sound good. We'll do this. See how that sounds. It doesn't really mix well with what else is there. Because those chords kind of take up a lot of the attention. Let me see if I can just solo those out. Like these. Those do take up quite a bit of real estate there. What's that sound? Hold on, let me... What is that? Oh, it's the computer. There's this like hissing sound. It's the fans on this. Okay. Well, at least it wasn't my hard drive. That'd be catastrophic. I actually have never heard the fans on this computer before. It's crazy. Yeah, it's like really hot. Alright. So, I don't know, maybe I'll come back to this one later. Let's see what else I can do. I had these pads that I added in, but I wasn't sure about them. Actually, no, these kind of sound nice. They're very quiet. This has this sort of nice, optimistic kind of sound, so maybe we'll use those. Maybe I'll make them a little bit louder. -14. Or maybe we'll do this little section here. This kind of sounds fresh. Do some chord stuff. I feel like doing that. We'll get another instrument. I want new chords for this bit. We're not going to use any of these instruments, so we'll make another one. Get some maybe, I feel an electric piano-ish. Do a bit of that. Oh, that's really quiet. I like using one of these suitcase ones. Let's change the velocity. It's really quiet. Can I up that a bit? Oh, yeah, that's better. Not this one, maybe this one. That's a bit more like it. Something like that could work. Gotta get my chords in there. So, let's copy those. You know what? Hold on. copy those over here. Because the melody is basically just the chords, essentially. So I'm just going to use those at the moment. Okay, that sounds something. It's a bit too sharp. Hold on. Let me. Oh no, maybe one of these. Maybe we'll just do it so it only plays half of it. Hold on. Or, yeah, no, we'll slow it down. Alright, so I have an idea what might happen here. So we do like, okay, so here's what I'm thinking. Let me zoom out. Get rid of those. And we'll stretch this. Might hide this at the moment. These rhythm bits. I feel like I'm gonna do a repeat or something, so it kind of changes one of the chords. Like this one, I feel like this should go up. Sorry, I'm not reading the chat that much. I'm a little distracted. But this chord reminds me of something. I can't remember what. I don't know. But I'm feeling like having it go sort of up, but I just got to find the right notes. Maybe like there. That one sounds, yeah. Take these two out. Yeah, usually I'll just listen to sort of I guess the harmonics, is that what it's called? I don't know. And I kind of listen to which of them sounds out of place. This one sounds like it's in a good spot. But if I take another one... See that? Something's wrong. Maybe it goes up here. That sounds better. You see? So yeah, I can't really explain it that well, but that's just sort of... That's like, I don't know, I just listen to it and it's like, okay, this doesn't feel right. This one feels better. And that's sort of it, essentially. Like, I don't know if you guys could hear that as well. But I had that on the note. If I have it there, it just sounds like the wrong chord that comes after. See, like that doesn't sound good. But you have it up here. And it just kind of, like, yeah. I don't know. It just sounds like better to me, like that way. And then maybe we repeat that chord, because why not? And then we'll do a, fuck, where is it? We'll do it. It's a bit too late. Wait. Gotta pick better notes though. Yeah, let's have a listen to that. And then you have that loop. I'm marking this. It's kind of alright. Something's still kind of not right there. That's a little better. I'm just out of curiosity, I'm going to paste this into another instrument, and I just want to see how it sounds, because I'm curious. Sometimes, you know, it's nice to have some good strings. You know, you feel me? So I'm thinking, hey, let's see what does some cellos sound like right here. I think that's the sampler. Yeah. So we'll do a orchestral, and I hate that word so much, but we're gonna use it. Cellos legato. Let's see how that sounds. So maybe we do a thing where we like increase the attack. And I'll shorten this because it's side chaining on the drum still, and I don't want that happening. But then maybe right there, I don't know. I don't know if I'll do this for the track, but I just want to see how it sounds. Sometimes it takes me a bit to like listen to the chords under different instruments to determine whether I want to use them. So I'm going to change these to staccato, I think, or staccato. I think that's the word. Like that. I don't know, just want to hear how it sounds. Okay, that doesn't quite sound right there. It's too much, whatever the R in ADSR stands for. I don't know. Turn it up a little bit though, not too much. Release, that's right. Well, it doesn't really... Let's just see how all of it sounds with both of those on. I don't know. Do another instrument. Curious. What would this sound like with something else, maybe? Or maybe on the same instrument, but an octave higher. How does that sound? Will this feel good? Oh, yeah. Not sure yet, but I did like that electric keyboard. Let me have a listen to that again. I feel like there, I want to copy this over again, but I want to like change where one of the chords is. So it's like when it comes around the second time, like this track. And we'll just have it keep going. And then we can loop that again, do it twice. And then we'll go back to one of the other chunks. Might get rid of these two at the moment. I'll add another drum thing there. I'll use one of those, I had like a folder of stuff. Wait, I don't still have that other document open, do I? Oh, I do. Okay, I'll close this one. Close. I had two documents open at once. I don't know. Maybe that's why my computer fan was making so much noise. That's probably why. Oh, did I close the wrong one? Okay, no, thank God. Alright. let's save that. So I'm gonna go into my samples here. What drum sample could I use in that little gap that would sound kind of nice? These are probably gonna be really loud, so I'm gonna like turn my volume down. Maybe this one actually. First one, we'll try it, see how it sounds. Just something, you know, to kind of fill the dead air with. But that BPM, what is that? 170? So we're gonna have to flex that and stretch it out a bit, eh? So we'll do that. So I need to first, we'll save it. I gotta change. I'll line it up with one of. If I can just move the damn thing, there we go. So we'll line that up. Come on, move. For some reason, these don't always move when I tell them to move. I don't know if that's just my hardware or whatever. So we're going to do 170 to match that because it's in the file name. If you know how I know, it says 170 in the file name, so it's 170 BPM. Then turn on flex. I might just keep it on slicing for this one, and then we'll go back to 160, and then it should stretch it to 160. Like that. Let me loop it. I put it in the drum stack. We'll add some stuff on top of that too. I'm not a huge fan of those cymbal clashes though. Those don't quite. Maybe if I just copy one half of it, like that. Like, nah, it sounds too repetitive then. We'll keep looking through these and see if we can find another one that might fit. Sure, that's one. No, not that. This one perhaps, we'll try that. Drag that in. Please drag it in the right spot. Oh, it didn't drag it in the right spot. No. Gotta create audio track for that. Yeah. Change it to stereo. Turn off recording input. Oh, I don't want to turn on Siri. Get out of here. Boom. Hopefully that's, yeah. Now what's that? 172. So let's flex that. God, I hope that doesn't become a catchphrase. Flexing is already bad enough as it is. I don't mean flexing in that way, guys, okay? I mean flex timing in Logic, which probably doesn't make sense either, because Logic is such an obscure name for a program. But, yeah, the context is right on screen. Alright, so that I think that should just work. Let's go back to 160. Oh, not 60. God, this... Okay, let's have a listen. This is going to sound so slow. Sounds like the song is tripping over itself. Alright, 160, not 60. God, that sounds so slow. 160. Boom. That's a bit better. Turn this up a bit. What does it sound like with both of them on, I wonder? I kind of like the background sort of symbols of this one. So maybe we'll shorten that. Just get the symbols. If possible, I don't know if we'll ever actually get it. Okay, that sounds kind of... Maybe that's too literal, you know? I just want to try and see if I can snip out a bit without a snare in it. And without destroying the whole track, of course. Right here. I like that noise in the background. That sounds kind of nice. Except I gotta get that to loop. That's gonna be kind of tricky, eh? Because it doesn't... it's not like explicitly a 4 on the floor sort of beat, you know? This could work. Oh, it doesn't sync up at all. Yeah, I might just leave it alone. We'll bring that down to about 18. We'll add a bit of spread on there, actually, just so it kind of spreads the sound out so it's not in the focus. I think it's in metering or imaging. Stereo spread. Let's do that. So this might sound a little funky, but let's see how it sounds with this. And some of these presets. Yeah, that sounds good. I don't know if it'll come through on the stream, but I'm kind of just spreading the frequencies out across the stereo speakers a little. I tend to find, when I listen to music, stuff that's been mastered really well, usually, because I don't know if you guys notice this, but when you're mastering a song, you can get clipping, and that's bad. And it's like interesting because in pop music, usually the music's very loud. And when I was a teenager, I was like, why is it that when they master a song, it doesn't clip, and when I do it, it does? And I think, it's just a theory, I could be wrong, but I think that a lot of the clipping is mitigated by the fact that they tend to spread the song out a bit over the channels. So it's not just all clumped in the middle mix. They kind of spread it to the left and right. Because if you think of it like a mountain, and you've got the peak here, and everything above that peak will crunch in the speakers. So what they do to get it... is there like a... I don't know if there's like a... Let's take my pen here. So let's say this is the maximum level. Anything that peaks up here will crunch the audio. It'll sound horrible. So you got your mix, and let's say it's just got like a pyramid in the middle of it, like that, right, or something. But if you like spread it out, like you take the mountain and you sort of flatten it out a bit and spread it sort of evenly. I'm thinking about it like a sandcastle sort of thing. But if you spread it out, it kind of sort of stays evenly kind of near that top bit. I don't know. I think that's might be a thing that could work. I've tried it myself. It seems to kind of work sometimes. So no engineer here, but I just do what works. So that's good. Okay, I'm listening to that one little chord there again, and I think we got to change it. That doesn't quite... Let's listen to this. I like those beats with that, though, with those chords. It's like a nice bridge, if that's the right word. Or like a not a high octane part of the song. It's kind of like an in-between leading up to something else. And right, I don't want these going over here. So this can lead up to one of these other bits, and put it back there. Turn those down a little bit. Maybe down to 17 decibels. And then this one will take down to 23. And what I'll do as well, just to give it a bit more uniqueness, I'll create another kick drum on top of that. Just so I can get the rough beat, and then I can sidechain the chords, which will sound sick. So let me solo the drums. So we'll do one there, one there. I'll zoom in so you guys can see there. I'll full screen this actually, you guys get a better view. I feel like there's one there, right? It's sort of like there-ish. Maybe there. Yeah. So like there. It only changes at the last 4 bars there. or last bar. Maybe this is 4 bars, I don't know. Okay, then we'll chop it off there, give it a loop. We'll copy that up to this other track that I've set up. Now this, you might say, well, what is this thing here? So, okay, yeah, I'm not really sure how in depth to go, because I don't know how many people here actually care about like the music side of it. But I do this little trick here. I've got the drums on this stack, or a folder, if you want to think of it that way. Then I've got beat, this little track, and I have it, it's like a different color than this. It's like slightly dimmer. And you might say, well, what's that about? Because you've already got the drums here, right? But what I do with this one, I use that for a technique called sidechaining, which is like a form of compression. And it's basically... I'm trying to think of a good example to kind of describe that. But maybe I'll just show you. So I've got all of these stacks because I made a template for myself where this is all just set up automatically. So all of these go into a bus channel, and I don't really know what buses do, but they're kind of like auxiliary channels that you can send data to and do stuff to them, more or less. And this outputs all of these, like bass, chords, pads, rhythm. They all output, maybe except for pads, actually. Maybe I should output that to bus as well. So it outputs to bus 2, which is called beat sidechain. And beat sidechain takes data from this track, which has just the kick drum on it. And then every time there's a kick, it compresses the rest of the mix to quiet a little bit when the kick's happening, and then it comes back up. I'll get the compressor open so you guys can kind of see it in action here. If I can find it. So it has a compressor on it, and that's what it looks like. And think of this, I mean, you can watch it and it'll kind of make sense. So every time there's a kick, it kind of goes back on the needle. So it's kind of bringing the mix down a bit every time there's a kick. And if I have that off, it just sounds weird, I guess. Well, let's do it on this little bit because this has less stuff going on in it. So I've got it turned on now, but if I have it off, it sounds a bit flatter, doesn't it? Turn it on. So you can see the kicks kind of come out more, and it sort of like softens everything else just for a little bit, and then brings it back up. It's used in EDM a lot, and house music. It's used a lot in those genres for like that sweeping chord sound. I can't really think of a better way to describe it, but it's sort of like, can I get, I don't know. Well, maybe I'll use these chords as an example, right? We'll create like a thingamabob here, create some chords. I'll just like put a chord in here. So there's a chord. I'm gonna up the cutoff a little bit. Oh, did that work? Oh, wait. So I don't know if you can hear, but it was getting a bit compressed by the beat there. I'll see if I can just quickly, like, yeah, create another empty region. I don't know, because this is a cool little effect that I found that works pretty well. So if you want to get that EDM sound, we'll get that kick drum back. I think it's on C1. So we'll create like a little kick that goes like that, and we'll loop it. So I'll play it without the kick. It's just like that. But then you add the kick, and it's like, I mean, it's a little quiet, but you can sort of hear a bouncy sort of noise. Maybe I'll change the choose a different preset here. We'll do like strings. You can sort of hear it, right? If I have it off, sort of very flat. Turn it on, sort of goes like that. If you slow it down a bit, maybe it's a bit more noticeable. Like that. I think it's a cool little sound. And then you add an actual kick drum on top of it, right? And then you've got recipe for epic beats. So I do a bit of that here. I know it's like mainly an EDM thing, but you see it used all the time, and I was like, yeah, I'll do a bit of that. So I'll copy this all back. And we'll go back to the go back here. Oh, that's, damn, that's slow. Let me change that back up. If I add like more layers, you'll hear it a bit more with that whole thing. So we'll add some. I don't know. I'm still not sure about the chords, but they'll work at the moment. I mean, I'll think of something else to put there later. What time is it actually? Oh, okay. I can go for a little bit more. We'll add some rhythm in. Yeah, why not? We'll do a bit of rhythm. I forgot what all. Oh yeah, these were the stuff I was testing earlier, so I don't want to use those right now. But I feel like some arpeggiator's got to be going on here. Thinking of something that could work here. I'm just gonna draw it out because I don't know how to play it on a keyboard because I'm not a pianist, but I can draw stuff. I don't know if that arpeggiator. I don't know. I'm hearing something here that I just want to try and draw, see if it works. Get rid of that echo. Don't like that. No, not those three. I'm liking that first half up until this note here. I kind of like dragging these around as well. You just go like, sounds pretty fancy. So let's put you back there. So I'm just kind of playing around until those feel right. See how that goes. Maybe just do a long note there, I don't know. Maybe this. Maybe I'll just do that note on its own. I don't know. Something's going to go before that too. Wonder what. I feel like it's got to sort of lead up to that little bit there. So we'll place some more of these around. Oh, why is that missing? Oh, there we go. Sometimes like I paste it and it takes a while for it to show. I don't know if that's like a common problem or it's just my computer, but... Let me think about the beginning. Feeling like a note. Like that note, maybe? I'm liking that, what that feels like, but I'm not sure if the timing is right, but I don't know, we'll just, Not these two though, get rid of those, get rid of that. I want to see what those sound like with strings instead. I don't know, maybe we'll get some cool string bit going through there. Could be nice. Where's, yeah, we go. Do factory, orchestral strings, cello, staccato. Where are you? There you are. Usually I like doing something like that and then like, you know, putting it down an octave and having it play at the same time. Except, is that the right note? That's like a C, right? Yeah, like that. That kind of sounds, I like that, but I'm not sure if that fits. Oh, wait. What if I did this? And then the... Yeah. But I feel like we're gonna put a... I don't know, yeah, just a little something, a little bit of flavor. Let's see how that sounds on its own. Add more of those too, why not? Maybe it's a bit much. I guess I'll leave that for the moment. I'm not sure what else to do with it yet. And I like this sort of bit. And then, then here, right here, where are the drums? We'll end that there, end that, and these two here. We'll add that feel-in from before, from like an hour ago or whatever. We'll add these. Yeah, this is the spot for them. Maybe not that one. Except it sounds a bit, the drums will end there, so that doesn't sound very nice. Maybe if I add this one on top. Well, maybe we'll try it with those two as well. I don't know. We'll see. No. So we'll stop those, put this one on. But we'll hide one of these. I'm gonna shorten. Maybe we'll fade this in if I can. The thing where if you drag the corner, yeah, there you go. That might be a nice little transition to then the next little bit. And I'm just gonna like copy one of these bits over. Maybe this bit again. I don't know. We'll see. Whatever fits. Copy that. Oh, oops! Don't want to do that. There we go. So I just want it so I can just like take that chunk and just rip it out and paste it somewhere. Because that's the thing, like with the kind of soundtrack I'm going for, a lot of it relies on loops mainly, or minimal composing. Like essentially, it's just things that can kind of loop and come back, and there's no real break in the song. Like there's ups and downs, but there's no end or beginning. It just kind of keeps going, because that's sort of like, I guess, what you want for a game soundtrack of this nature. So I'll copy those, put those. I don't know why I've got this empty drum bit just sitting here. I'm going to move that to the beginning because I don't know what that's for yet. Paste that there. So that sort of, just so I can hear how it leads up, you know. Yeah. The sound is very different though, going from those to those. So I'll mute the chords here. We'll do a bit of bass and then we'll add the chords back in. We'll have them build up. Maybe we'll do a bit of bass in this middle bit too. With those rhythms for now. Maybe we'll add one of those chords, do an arpeggiator here. Just, you know, just a little bit of something. Change up the arpeggiator a little. Some variation. Slow it down a little bit. Oh, this sounds kind of nice. So, okay, this is sort of an example of what I was talking about earlier with it was in my stream this morning when I was doing animation and stuff. I was talking about it's not that I'm thinking about genre, but it's about sounds. And this specific sound I really like. I can't quite put my finger on it, but it's just the sampler without any sample in it. So it kind of just creates this. There's probably a better way to create it without using a sampler, but it's just like a sine wave, I think, or a square wave. I don't know what those are called, but it's just a very basic wave. But you put a certain delay on it, and it gives me this cool sort of future vibe to it. Like I'll just play these two. Let me up the velocity a bit, and I'll just play those two notes there, and it just feels like a certain way. What notes were they? Like that. I don't know. It just feels like. I know it's a bit repetitive there, but if I turn that off, go up an octave. Like it just sounds. Not sure what it sounds like, but I like it, and it sounds the mood of it. It sounds a bit like Thomas Newman there with that sort of sharp chord thingy-majig, whatever. I don't know the terminology, so I'm gonna get a lot of that wrong. But it sounds a bit mysterious, that little chord. I'll do something a bit more calming. But like, I don't know if I could turn that up. Like if I play that. To me, that's like Gabby on a little walk to get her bubble tea for the day, sort of thing, and it's all sunny and summery outside. Oh, that's not the chord I was playing. You know, it's just like this nice little quaint. I don't know. It just sounds kind of nice, and that's sort of the feeling I like, and I want to have a bit of that in. Not too much, but I'm thinking, I don't know what'll happen cinematic-wise, because a lot of people ask, are you going to do cutscenes? Are you going to do this? Are you going to do that? I don't know yet. Cutscenes I've done before in games, and they're a lot more work than they appear to be. I can tell you that. And those were I was just doing 2D cutscenes. I can't imagine how hard 3D cutscenes would be. Possibly easier, because I have the models already, but animating for a cutscene, like if it takes you like 5 hours to animate a like 20 millisecond or whatever, like half a second of a run cycle, imagine how much longer it's going to take to animate a minute long sequence. You know, it's not work you just lightly decide to do. But I feel like if I were to have moments like that in the game somehow, whether through cutscenes or something else, I'm not sure yet, but I think if I do have those moments. What was I playing there? I was playing this nice little bit. Like, turn up the sound a bit. Oh, I keep hitting the wrong note there. Like something like that, right? To me, it gives me this, like, nice little in-between sort of feel. It like it's like bringing the pace down. It feels a bit more contemporary in a sense. I feel like I would play that kind of thing if Gabby was doing something more mundane. And I've thought about trying to put moments like that in, but I'm not sure how it's going to work, essentially, because it's still very early. But I like the idea. There's what's the guy's name? Makoto Shinkai. He's a Japanese director. He did 5 centimeters per second. He did Your Name. He did Weathering. And a bunch of other stuff. And he has this technique he does with his films where he'll have these little moments in there where because I mean, think about this, right? Animation is really hard. Like, it takes a lot of time, especially animation, because they still do it the old-fashioned way most of the time, hand drawing every frame. And it's like, you don't want to waste time when you've got that amount of work to do, right? You don't want to just chuck a scene out, because that's like months, perhaps. I don't know how quickly they get through it, but I knew if I was to animate a 30-second scene, that would take me maybe a month or two. And it's a lot of work, and it's like, but he'll do these things despite that, because it's very intense work animation. It's very hard. But even with that, he'll have these moments where his characters will be doing washing the dishes, or putting on their shoes, or tying their hair, or something mundane. And it's not an accident that he does that. There's a reason. And it's kind of to help ground the story a bit and make you relate better to the characters. It's kind of an empathy thing in a sense. And you watch it, you see the character doing something that you do, like preparing breakfast or something like that. You know, they have them, you know, with their little rice heaters or whatever, rice cookers, I think they're called. You know, washing the dishes or whatever. And those little scenes, I really like those because, I mean, you don't really pay attention to them consciously. But if you were to go back and analyze one of his films, you see a lot of those moments in there, especially with like 5 centimeters per second, because a lot of that film is just it's not an action movie. It's just like it's a romance movie, I think, and it's just got a lot of bits where you see them like sitting on a train and just, you know, texting someone or whatever. It's very like mundane stuff, and I was like, that's such a cool technique. I wonder if I could do that somehow. And I'm not sure yet. This is just speculation and ideation at this point, but I think it'd be nice if in Project Feline there are moments like that. I don't know how they'd fit, but I think it'll help sort of bring the world a bit to life, and it'll make it a bit more convincing. And I feel like in those moments you'd have a little something like that in there. Like a little, you know, just like a... Because to me that doesn't sound full-on contemporary. And by contemporary, I mean like out in this world, right? Boring planet Earth. It feels a bit like that in the sense of pace, because it's sort of mundane, but it has that sort of futuristicness to it, because it's a synthesizer, of course. And it sounds like if I was on my way somewhere, like what's a place I can show you on Pinterest or something. Gives me images like vibes from like these sorts of images, like this, right? That picture. I want you to look at that picture for me. I want you to look at it, and I want you to like hear this. Like I know my playing is really shit, but listen to the sound. And it just, to me, that's like, yeah, that matches. I don't know how to really describe it, but I like it. So yeah, I guess that's sort of what I was talking about earlier today in my other stream, and I thought I'd just elaborate more on that if you were interested, because I know I've just been in the focus zone here. What was I using that for, actually? I was doing something with this instrument. Alright, well that's not how I remember that sounding. But, you know, yeah, but I like that. It's cool. And that's like the thing I can't really communicate well in words. I have to play it and make the song, you know, for it to manifest. So, because everything everyone else sends me is usually like some high, like Lord of the Rings soundtrack stuff, like very cinematic and grand scale. And I'm like, I mean, it sounds well composed, but it doesn't fit what I'm like. I just don't. It doesn't. No, I just don't. Doesn't connect for me. Something like a bit more like this for some of those moments, and then maybe for the more extreme moments, you got something like in these other bits of the song here that are very high beat sort of thing, with like all the percussion and stuff. But it's still trying to be within that flavor, you know? It's like the same flavor but different pace. And this is like fast paced because it's in a level, but if I have an in-between song, I want it to be a bit calmer. But yeah, so that's sort of like the whatever the hell that is. I don't even know what to call it, but that's division, I guess. That's the best word I can really use for it. So what am I doing with this instrument? That didn't. Got to change that. I was fiddling around with this thing. Let's have a look down some more chord presets. And that sounds a bit like it's hiccuping there. Maybe I'll just turn that off. Okay, that's just more chords. I want something a bit more rhythmic there. What could I put in, I wonder? What key is that even in? I don't know. I want to see if maybe I can use the keyboard to play something out. So that's C sharp. Okay, so it's using these. Okay, cool. I can maybe do something with that. So I'm just gonna play something, and it's probably gonna sound horrible, but I'm gonna try it anyway because you don't know. You never know. Something might come up. Gotta change the sound. It sounds a bit too background. That's a bit better. Turn on this little thing. I don't know what this is supposed to do. But I turn it on, it makes it sound like that. Oh yeah, you guys can't see my screen. Hold on. I have this in front of it. There we go. Sorry about that. I don't know, maybe something like that. I'll just record something. We'll just, I don't know. We'll see. See how it goes. Wait, I need a bit of a countdown there. Turn this on. Yeah. See what I can do with that. Alright, that beginning bit I fumbled. Delete those notes. Fumbled that, delete those. I think it started around here, right? Yeah. Okay, that's all. I gotta quantize that, I think. Yeah, so I hit this button and then boom, it just lines it up on the grid. So then I don't have to be that good at piano playing and still play it. Huh. Take that, professional musicians. Yeah, okay, there's a few problems there. Move some of these around. Okay, the quantize kind of messed the timing up, but we'll fix it. No, it comes a bit too late. Or, yeah. So we'll just extend these out a bit so they're not just like beep. They kind of last a bit longer, because if you just pluck them, it sounds a bit like an alarm, but if you keep them there a bit longer, it sounds a bit more like a note. So we'll do a bit of that. Okay, that's a bit too long. Shorten those a little. Oh yeah, sorry, I had my chat window minimized. Yeah, no, this is Logic. That's right, Logic Pro, but it's like a really old version from like 2015 or something. I know it's not the latest one, but it's like alright, bit of context. This computer is basically like a potato, and it's like installed in a very specific way, and I don't want to touch it and ruin everything, so I'm kind of just putting up with the old ancient technology, because it works for me. So yeah, like it's a miracle that the computer's been running this long. Even usually by now it starts to, I mean, you can sort of hear the fan going, but yeah, but usually yeah, she's old. She's an old cat. I might need to shorten some of these back. So to me, those shorter notes sound, I don't know. I'm thinking of the word traffic for some reason. I don't know why, but it's giving me like traffic kind of vibes. And I don't know. Let's follow that, see where it goes. too short. So we'll put that back at the beginning there, and I'm just gonna loop it through. We'll see how that sounds with the whole thing, right? Transition really needs work there. Not quite sure how to... Maybe we bring in... Yeah, I was going to bring in some bass here, but I'm not sure what yet. Oh wait, wrong instrument. I'll just make sure I have that saved. That's better. So I don't know what bass I could do maybe, because I think having it that whole bit without bass and then it comes back with the bass, it just sounds a bit jarring to me. So we'll add some bass in there that kind of matches this bit. I might turn that up a bit because it's really hard to hear. Whoa, that's better. Very cool. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what to do with this, but I'll play it. See what I come up with. I don't want to just play the same notes as the rhythm there. I want something a bit simpler. I don't know. Maybe I'll just draw some stuff on here. I'll see what we get. We'll take maybe the bottom notes from this chord progression. So we'll just take those and we'll paste them in a new region. See how that. We'll just see how that sounds first, because I'm not really sure what else to do for this bit. Match. I'm gonna like mute the rhythm because this doesn't really go, I don't think. That really, that does not match at all. That sounds like a completely different set of notes. Really? That's what I played? Huh. Maybe because I'm listening to the notes on the top. That could be why it sounds not right. To me, that sounds like it should be right. Nah, no, maybe not. What could I do? I'm gonna bring that back down. Kind of sounds a bit better. That note though. Bring that into the second half maybe. We'll leave the first half empty. I'll turn this back down to maybe -14. Copy that into the other one because I have this other track that I like using, and it's kind of just like it adds a bit more bass to the bass, which, yeah, I mean, it sounds like a weird way to put it, but it's just like this sort of subwoof sort of sound. It's really hard to hear on these headphones. It's like really, like, it's the kind of bass that you'd hear in a car speaker. It's a bit harder to hear on these. So I might change that to -9 decibels or -8 I usually use. And it just kind of adds more bass to that bass. Because I think this, that's kind of the high frequency of the bass. This covers the low frequency of the bass, which is like the bass part of the bass. But you want a bit of high frequency in there too, a little bit. So it's got some form, I guess. Okay, that transition goes a bit better. But maybe we'll add some of those pads, because I have those pads here, and maybe we could use a bit of ambience here. So we'll copy those down to the pads and see if I can just sort of make them a bit less detailed, because pads don't need this much detail. Or maybe, well, let's just play it. We'll see how it sounds with all those chords there. That sounds alright, actually. So I'm gonna bring this down, and I'm thinking I want to use this, which is on this. I don't know why it has a different name, but I'm gonna use that. But I want to also see what other pads exist, because I haven't looked at the pads in a while. So we'll I want to use a different. We'll use ES2. That has some nice ones. Or we'll use that. We'll use the thing. We'll use the silent one. I like this one. Ooh, that's high pitched. These aren't really pads, but I just think it sounds cool anyway, so I'm gonna listen. See what that sounds like. We'll maybe skip this category. This is all arpeggiator. What are these? Okay, those are really jarring chords. I don't want those. What about gates? We'll see what some of those. Let me I'll lower the volume a bit. I feel like here it'd be nice to have something with a filter on it that kind of modulates and goes kind of like that. So we'll add, I'm going to add an auto filter, because that's the closest thing I think of at the moment that sort of has that effect. It's a bit subtle. Okay, it's not really, maybe a phaser instead. We'll use one of those. Modulation. Maybe a flaker. That's a bit much. We'll do this one. Ooh, I don't like that. This one maybe. Thank you for trying. Yeah, it's got a demo voice on it, because this is like the trial version. So it's gonna have this voice that says "Thanks for trying this demo" over and over. Just ignore it. Never mind it. I'll pay for it when I export the song. Maybe it's a bit much. We'll change it to that easy flang. That's even more much. Can I like change these properties? I haven't used these knobs before, so I don't know what this will do. Oh, I see. Ooh.
Thank you for trying this demo.
Could work. Oh, we'll keep looking. We'll see what else is up in here. Copy that in. I'll probably take this off, and we'll see what else is in silent in terms of pads, because I didn't even touch the pads yet. Does it even have pads? I don't know. Maybe it doesn't. But it has. Oh yeah, no, it does over here. Is that looping? Yeah. Okay, let's give that a listen. Ooh. I like this one. Yeah. Yeah, I like this. Perfect. It's a bit swelling, but it's like, yeah, like, has a sort of majestic kind of feel. It kind of feels, this little bit here, this whole section, these 4 bits, yeah, to me that's like sky. That's what I think. And then for the other bits, it's like indoor action. Then it goes to outside sky. So it's like small space, big space, or a dreamy space. So it kind of goes back and forth. Because you got like these bits in the middle that are very like very action. And the pads are way too loud in this bit. We'll turn these down. Gotta add some more stuff in here though, maybe with the chords. Actually, I have an idea. I'm just gonna quickly try this. I was playing around with Silent the other day, and I came across this cool kind of sound that I think I liked from another demo I did, and I want to try it here and see how it fits. So we'll go to Silent, and I think I was using. Might have been Fifth House. Okay, no, not Fifth House. Oh wait, no, it's down here somewhere. Follow. Yeah. I really like this one. It's really nice. But I'll turn this off. Still echo on there. Oh, if that's on. I added a bit of glide. I don't know how this will sound. I just want to sort of experiment. So you hear that? So if I turn this back off, it's like. But if I turn it up, ooh, okay, that's a bit much. Like that. And yeah, I kind of did a thing. I'm just gonna try this. I don't know how this will go, but if I go to this, I think it's one of these. No. It's not filter A or B or LFO, I think. Or maybe I have to read it again. Hold on, let me go back to the track. So I want to filter control. Okay, it's in the filter control settings. So I want to go to filter control and cut off. There we go. So then you can do a sort of swelling chord thing where it kind of, watch this. So it kind of goes like there. And I'll add a bit of curve there, so it kind of goes up. But it sort of does like this. It sort of starts to rise. and that's when you add like more effects. How does that sound like with the rest of the mix though, I wonder? Because I don't know, I'm just see how this sounds. Okay, so it sounds a bit too quiet. We'll bring that up a bit for this first section. We'll bring it up to maybe that percent, and then we'll bring that up here. Then anything over 5 usually doesn't make a difference, so I won't go above there. I'll bring it up there. Maybe this could fit somewhere else. Let me listen again. Something's did I even mute something? Something just sounds missing here. Maybe it's just because the chords are different. Oh, I have the rhythm muted. Yeah, there we go. I got the brrrr sound going on. Yeah, that could maybe go somewhere else. Yeah, no, this doesn't work here. This works fine, but this, you can maybe go here. And then maybe we put you there, put you up here. I just want to see how this sounds. Oh, wait. I know why this sounds a bit weaker.
Thank you.
Get that resonance up, baby. Yeah. Okay, let's see how that sounds now. Sounds a bit different. Maybe it's an EQ thing. Sounds a bit too in the mids, I think. Let's try it without the rhythm for a sec. Maybe it's just the headphones I'm using because these are really bad. But yeah, no, because I haven't. The default preset usually sounds a bit better than this, so maybe it's just these headphones or these earpods. Or are these earpods? Yeah, they're not AirPods. Yeah, no, I'm old-fashioned. We got the wires. That's right. Have a look at this again. Maybe we'll. No, I've got 2 of those there. Bring you up. I don't know, maybe we'll bring it up here, maybe. I don't know. Oh, it's got that voice that comes in. That sounded alright with the swellingness, with those pads. I think that sounded good, but how did it sound before? Oh, I had just this. I feel like maybe that instrument might work in another song, perhaps. It feels a bit too in the foreground, but this feels a bit too simple. But they do sound good, so maybe we'll just judge those a bit. We'll give it some reverb, give it a bit of Space Designer. Or maybe a simpler one. Maybe we'll do Platinum Verb. It's barely noticeable though. there's sometimes I'll use like Space Designer and I'll do something really wacky with it. So we'll see. I don't think I've saved any of my own presets here, but we'll they have these warped effects that can get really wacky sometimes. So we'll just have a listen to some of those. Whoa. But it adds stuff like this. I don't know if you can hear that, but it's like, it's kind of cool. And I thought, huh, that's kind of nice. Maybe we'll just tone it down a bit. How does that sound with the rest of the mix? Could work. Sounds a bit dreamy, but I don't know. Maybe we'll just leave it at that for now, perhaps. What time is it? Oh, I should probably head off soon, eh? It's been a while. Don't people who compose songs have those really expensive headphones? Well, yeah, normally I just use these Bose headphones, but these are plugged into my other computer, and I really can't be bothered to, like, scrounge through my cables and get the right one and plug it into this. So, and I was also thinking, well, if I can get it to sound kind of decent on these things, imagine how much better they will sound on these. So I kind of decided to handicap myself on purpose because of laziness mainly. But yeah, I mean, these don't sound too bad. They're a bit old and gunked up, so they kind of don't get all the sound through. But usually I'll like put them in here, listen, and then I put them on the other ones, and I'm like, oh yeah. So if I can get it good enough here, maybe I'll get lucky. But it's mainly because those, like, geez, yeah, you don't want to. I try to be very strict on my cable management, and I kind of didn't make it so that I could unplug this very easy. So, and I was like, you know what, I just want to work on the music. I don't care if I have my good or bad headphones on. I just want to get in there. So yeah. Let's see. What else do I want to do? I think I don't know. I can't really think of much else to write at the moment. Maybe we'll just give it another listen through, perhaps. Oh, wait, gotta turn on rhythm. Yeah. It might look a bit boring without all, you know, just the compressed and whatever. I'm gonna put something in here. I think I had something there, but I took it out. I'm gonna put something else there. Actually, I just realized something. I'm gonna go back because I realized that I actually okay. Another reason why I didn't use these headphones is because they actually do have sound playing through them that you guys can hear. But if you're just joining, the way the stream setup is really like whack. I've got my really old MacBook on my desk, but I'm not streaming from there because this can't handle it. It's just too weak. So I'm streaming from my normal computer, my desktop, but I'm using Zoom to screen share the Mac and the audio from the Mac to my main computer, and then I'm streaming that to you guys. So that means sound is actually coming out because that's what you guys are hearing, but it is delayed, which is why I'm plugged in directly to the Mac, and I'm editing directly with the Mac. Otherwise, there'd be heaps of input lag for me. But for you guys, it's not as bothersome because you're not, like, you don't have to. But these will have sound coming out, so I'll listen to it with these on instead. And Oh, yeah. I clicked play. I had to wait a second. There, now it comes on. Does sound a lot better of these. The basses are a lot more like pronounced. On these, I mean, it sounds more or less the same, except these ones, the highs are just way sharper. So that's good. But what we really need is the car test. That's the big test. You put it on some car speakers and see how it holds up. Anyway, I can't really think of much else to do at the moment. I might call it a day here. Unless there's any last minute questions at all about anything, I'll be happy to sit and answer them for a little bit. But I think I've exhausted my creative juices for today. I like that little bit there, but I'll have to work it a bit more. I still have those other demos I'm not sure if I'll use, because I mean this one's kind of good, but yeah, I don't know, I'm just kind of working on taking the idea forward, seeing where it goes. Am I using a MIDI keyboard? Kind of. I have it here next to me, but I don't really use it that much because I'm not that good of a player. I never learned an instrument, so I kind of just draw my MIDI stuff on, like get command click, draw a note. That's how I do it normally. But I was doing a bit of improv a bit before with. What section was what did I do? I did one of these bits in the middle here. Like this bit. So I was playing that on the keyboard, but I fixed it up a bit. Because my timing is really bad. But yeah, my favorite little instrument to mess around with. I think it was this one I was doing it on. Yeah, like that's kind of fun to play around with. But I don't really know any songs. Am I going to use Leitmotiv for the game service? I don't know what that is. No clue. Is that like a plugin? If so, maybe I'll check it out. See what it's like. Leitmotiv. All one word. Okay. I haven't heard of that. What kind of Frankenstein streaming setup did you make? Oh, well, yeah, I think I just answered that question, but you don't want to do it this way. This isn't a way to stream. There's no way for a man to live, but it's the only way I can do it. I did some tests directly from the Mac, but it just can't. Like after I did a test recording, but after I clicked stop, it just crashed. So I was like, okay, I'm getting bad omens from this. Maybe I'll. So yeah, I'm using the power of Zoom to stream this to my screen here. So. Hopefully it's not noticeable, and you guys just think I'm magically streaming from my Mac without any middleman, but you've been fooled. It's a lie. What else we got? I might have missed a few messages here. Serum. I'll check that out too. I think I've heard of that one before. Was there anything else I missed up here? Can't tell. But yeah, I'm trying to think. So I reckon this one, maybe I'll do a test bounce tomorrow and put it in the scene and see how it sounds while I'm playing the game. Or I could do that right now, actually. Because I can just open Unreal on this computer. And I can have streaming the audio from this in the background. Well, yeah, we'll do a little test play. I just want to see how it sounds, You guys can sort of maybe give your own feedback if you want. So I'll wait for that to open. Good old Unreal. And then maybe you guys can sort of see the... I did make some changes earlier that maybe you guys might have missed. Because that was I was doing a stream earlier, maybe when you guys were probably asleep. I'm assuming that most of you guys are probably somewhere in... I actually don't know. I would assume maybe the UK or Europe or somewhere around. Not too sure. But I think everyone in the States I don't know. It's probably like 2 a.m. for them or something. But my audience is crazy. My audience don't sleep, just like me. So I don't know. Maybe there are Americans watching. Who am I to tell? A lot of them stay up past their bedtime, which is naughty. But hell, I'll take the viewers. Hell yeah. Appreciate the support though. Just reading some input here. A melody that you can reuse. Oh, like a... is it called a leaf motif? I don't know. Maybe I'm getting my terminology wrong. Let me... Oh, is it really? I thought it was 2 words. Leap motif, yeah. I just call it a motif. Because isn't a motif like a writing thing? Or a poetry thing? A decorative... repeating... Yeah. Like, I just think of it as a motif, so I don't know. I don't know these fancy words that you guys chucking at me here. But yeah, maybe. I don't want to, like, reuse too much. Because the way I'm thinking about it is every... I mean, that's the thing, too, is that I'm not quite sure how the levels are going to be structured. I don't know if I'm going to have, like, Green Hill Zone Act 1, 2, and then New Zone Act 1, 2. Like, I don't know yet. I haven't quite figured that out. I'm just focused on the one level right now, and just getting that to look kind of neat, and then worrying about stuff later. So I'm not sure if I'm going to be reusing melodies or whatever, but no, I don't know how. This is probably going to be super loud, I think. So I'm going to turn off music. I'm going to have the ambience at maybe 50%, because I don't want to destroy your ears. But I'll load into Skyport, and then I'll pop this beat on from this other computer here, and you should be able to hear both of them, I think. Turn this down a little, so you guys can hear that, right? Hopefully. Please tell me that you can. Otherwise, I think you can. Yeah, you should be able to. So let's say you got this level with this music. Let's just have a play around and see how it feels. Okay, you can hear it? Good. Hope you don't hear my computer fan. Because it's rapping right now. Look at that pace. So to me, I think this kind of matches like best with the updates. There's a new bit idea. No. And now the song is repeating, I think. So maybe that'll be enough. I don't know. Like, I'm not going to do a full-on 3-minute thing. Oh, damn it. I keep missing that rail. Alright, let's try again. There we go. Let me try that again. Can't even play my own game. I always get freaked out by speedrunners. You guys are like beasts at this. I don't understand why. I feel like I, the creator, should be the Can I make that rail? Alright, so that's playing through the level with the music. So I don't know, what do you guys think? Thoughts, feedback, comments. I'm listening. Oh, is this gonna crash? Please don't crash. Okay, it didn't crash. Indicator where to go? Yeah, I was maybe thinking of doing something like that, but I've just been bogged down with other stuff. I was hoping that the color of the crates would sort of guide you, but then I got a bit carried away with them, and I kind of forgot about that bit. I was trying to use a bit of lighting to kind of guide you, but I didn't want to go full on using red everywhere, so... and I was trying to avoid using sun, so I don't know, maybe I'll do a bit of recoloring for some of these bits, but I do need to get this done real soon, because it's already late. I was supposed to have this done like last month, like 15 days ago, but I've been delayed. But yeah, like for this bit, right, I was thinking the yellow is sort of like an indicator that, hey, go up here sort of thing. But maybe I'll use, because the lighting isn't baked on this one, maybe that's why, because everything looks a bit dark, and there's a weird bug where if I change the graphics quality, everything gets super dim, and I don't know why. Like, I'll show you guys what that looks like. It's just the post-process, I think it's the post-processing that's, like, glitching, mainly. So if I, like, see how, like, I mean, even this, I kind of wanted it to be a bit brighter, because the shadows look really dark for some reason. And everyone was saying that in the video, that, oh, the shadows are too dark. And I actually did fix it in the other scene, in my test level. Like, this scene, the shadows are, like, blue. Like anime, right? And I think it looked a lot more anime looking than the old test scene, because the old test scene had like yellow shadows and now it has blue shadows. But what I did, it copied the exact lighting from this scene to that other scene you guys just saw, but for some reason it bakes completely different. So you see in this scene it's very blue and bright, but then you go over to the crate town over here, and it's all kind of yellow and muddy, and I don't know why, because it's the exact same light. Like, for some reason, the shadows are all dim and whatnot. Even when they're baked. Because some of these are just leftover bakes from a previous thing. And it's like, yeah, I don't know why it's doing that. And then when I... Watch this. Then when I turn off post-processing quality to the minimum, look how dark it gets. And yeah, I don't know why that's happening. I thought it was maybe a tone mapper thing. But even without post-processing at all, it looks even darker for some reason. So I have to fix that still. I'm not quite sure. I have to troubleshoot it a bit more. It's really frustrating. So I don't know. Maybe there's some bake thing missing, or I don't know. I haven't quite figured it out yet. But I'm hoping that the final scene will look a bit brighter, and maybe it's a bit easier to navigate that way. What other comments we got here? Music sounds like it belongs in more of a technological city. Yeah, I mean, that's sort of the vibe I'm going for. I was hoping that this would kind of look a bit like that. Or at least the music could help this feel a bit more like that, sort of, you know? Because I was using those... Where are my reference? I was using, like, images like this, and like this, and like this as my reference. Because to me, it gives me the same feeling. It's just that these buildings are made of crates, because I can't be bothered to model buildings right now, and I just wanted something simple, so crates it is. But I feel like one thing that I might want to... A word that I want to try and see if I can hone in on more is industrial, and whatever sounds industrial, and I haven't quite nailed that yet, I don't think, so I don't know. Maybe it's a drum sample sound that might give me that, or a type of instrument. Maybe. I was thinking maybe doing something with like a kind of like an electric guitar, but it's really hard to find good samples for that, so I'm not sure. I might have another example on this computer somewhere of something similar. What else we got? Sky inspiration makes the song suited for the level in freefall. I'm not sure what that means. Could you add collectibles? I mean, yeah, I had collectibles in another scene, but I wasn't sure whether to have them for this scene too, but hell, maybe I'll add them in anyway. Because, yeah, I don't know, like, collectibles are... Like, you see them in games, but I usually don't... Because here's the thing about adding things to games, right? Is that, for me, I try and analyze exactly what it's adding to the experience. So I don't want something you just pick up because it just helps you navigate. Because I feel like if I need to put collectibles in, it means that the level is not designed like visually to be easy to navigate, which might be a problem. So I might hopefully be able to fix that with materials, but I kind of don't want to resort to leaving breadcrumbs around, because I feel like then it becomes a bit not pandering, but hand-holding a bit, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, oh, hey, follow the trail of rings or whatever. And I kind of don't want to rely on that as a crutch to guide people. I think if I wanted to have collectibles, which I do in some of these levels, I kind of want it to be more of a satisfaction thing, like, oh, could I reach those, sort of. Not like, oh, I go this way. It's more like, oh, could I get to those? That's sort of the feeling I want to get. And yeah, I haven't really done it that much, because this is like, I've been learning as I've been going, right? So a lot of these earlier scenes are very small and they only have a few collectibles in them, but I kind of just feel satisfying to collect as you're running in straight space, right? So, I don't know. But I don't know, maybe, yeah, I could try it just for this build, maybe. It'll work. If it helps people navigate the level better, it's the quickest solution, so maybe I'll try it. But I want to see if I can try and push myself a bit more to not necessarily, like, see if I can make the level fun to navigate without collectibles, just with the movement mechanics, you know? So that's sort of that's sort of what I'm thinking. But again, that does take time. So maybe we will see collectibles. I'm not sure, because I don't want to spend another week on this. I kind of just want to wrap it up this week, make the video, and then maybe like just take like 2 weeks off, because I've been like kind of doing this for 2 years straight without really much of a break, and I kind of just want to, like, I don't know what I'll do instead. I kind of just want to not, like, I don't know, do something a bit different and relax and watch more movies, watch more shows, and get some input, get some inspiration, unwind a bit, and just have a week where I'm not stressed out. So yeah, so I don't know, maybe some solution will come to me then. But yeah, Awakened Dragon says he sees collectibles as a good thing when you can get something from them. Yeah, well, like satisfaction, but you got to think, well, where does satisfaction come from? And I think, to me, if you're using it in like a way as like breadcrumbs, I don't think that's satisfying. Like, it might feel satisfying when you collect one because it makes a nice little noise and you get your little dopamine kick, but I feel like you could take that further, because it's just momentarily satisfying, but it's not in the big picture, sort of like, because it's sort of, I don't know, I'm trying to think of a better way to describe it. Because it has a bit of a negative loop to it as well, a little bit, in the sense that you feel like you need to go on that trail. And I think what people liked about some of my other levels is because they were wanting that sort of choice, and that's why that open world level people really liked. Well, not open world, I should say, semi-open, where it's just a little hub area. And people really liked that because they said they liked the freedom to choose. And I think having collectibles laid out in a path kind of doesn't incentivize that as much. It helps you get through the level fine, but it doesn't really encourage you to, hey, go find a quicker way, you know, because you want to stay on the bright collectible, because they're bright objects that are high contrast that your eyes are going to be drawn towards, right? So that's another thing you kind of got to consider. But I might do it. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. Maybe I might give it a try if I get time. But yeah. I'll keep the music running a little bit, so you guys have some background noise while I answer some of these other questions and concerns. Super Mario Sunshine coins. I haven't played Mario Sunshine, but you know, the coins in Mario. Yeah, well, I think the reason why, because I played Mario Galaxy. I don't know how similar that one is, but I know in Mario Galaxy they get that right, where it is satisfying to collect, because they put them, you don't see coins a lot, you see star bits a lot in that game. The coins are a bit more like, hey, can you get this coin? And they'll have it like above an enemy or a Goomba, and it's kind of like daring you. It's like, yeah, come collect me, I dare you. And it's like, then when you do collect it, it's like this, oh yeah. But it's not the same thing as just spreading them along a trail. They're very thoughtful about where to put them and what feeling it gives you when you collect it. And I think it's going to take me a while to get to that level if I do want to take it that way, right? So, I don't know, yeah. That's just my initial thoughts. I don't know, maybe I'll come to another conclusion given a few days, but I think, yeah, Mario's... I haven't played Sunshine, but I have played Galaxy and a bit of Odyssey. And I know from those games, yes, the coins in that games work, but they work because of that. They do that, they get that that challenge. I guess, yeah, challenge, that's the word. It's that accomplishment sense of challenge. It's like, oh, can I get this? And it's a test of skill. Whereas if you put them in a straight line and say, go follow this line, it's not really testing your skill, and it kind of makes you, like, I feel like if I was playing it, I would feel a bit babied, you know? I feel like, wait, the game thinks I'm that stupid that I have to collect, that I have to follow this exact path. Like, that's sort of that's sort of how I would feel, I think. But again, then Sonic, I don't know, how does Sonic use rings? Sonic's rings are kind of interesting, aren't they? They're kind of like optional. They're not like you have to collect every one. You kind of, because you miss most of them because you're going so fast, right? And they kind of just spread them everywhere to kind of give you some dopamine while you're going fast. So I don't know, I guess, because I don't know, I have to analyze it more probably. But I feel like they probably do something where because they put them everywhere. They don't put them on just one path. So maybe that's what mitigates it. But yeah, does Gabby have an idle? I mean, yeah, she's got a new idle animation, or a pose, I should say. I changed it just today, actually. I was streaming earlier this morning, and I made a new pose because I didn't like the old one. Like, it had a bit of movement because I'm not worried about it being animated right now. I just wanted a new pose so that it would look a bit more in character. And I can add the breathing later. It's not a big. It's just a little bonus thing. It's not like a high urgent thing, you know. I think the run animation though is definitely an improvement from the old skate animation. But yeah, the idle, I know it's like, it's just a static pose. I know it's just a placeholder. It's just to kind of give you the idea of like her character a bit. But yeah. Yeah, but with Sonic, yeah, they do reward you though, where it's like, hey, if you can like collect as many of these as possible while going this fast, we'll give you an extra life. And that to me, that's like that skill test. Whereas if you don't have that, like, think about it, why did someone think to give you an extra life by collecting 100 rings? Like, someone had to come up with that idea and make that decision and implement it in the code. And you wouldn't do that without a good reason, I'd like to think. You don't just go, hey, wouldn't it be cool if we added this? I don't think that's how it goes. I think they went, hey, we have a problem with our rings, and maybe I don't know what the problem would have been, because this is back in the 90s, and maybe their solution was, hey, well, what if we reward them with lives? Because I think back in the first Sonic game, once you ran out of lives, you had to start the game over, I think, if I remember. And that's why I hated that game, because I kept dying at Marble Hill Zone. I had to restart the whole thing, because there's no save games. So that made sense at the time, because it's like, hey, well, these rings, they give you a bit of dopamine when you touch them, because they make this nice noise, and they're yellow and, you know, shiny, and they're satisfying to collect. What if we incentivize you to collect them? And if you used skill, because it is a skill test, because it's not easy to collect 100 rings when you're playing the game well. Like, it's easy to collect them when you're going slow, but that's not the point of Sonic, right? The point of it is to go, like, fly off into the distance. And they put a lot of them in the sky too, right? So it's a matter of trying to line your guy up to get them. And if you can get enough of them while going at that speed, you get rewarded with that life. And I think that was like, that can't be an accident, right? Like, that has to be a very intentional choice. So, but Project Feline doesn't have that right now. Like, it doesn't have that incentive. So that's why I don't want to rely too much on the olds. But I don't know, we'll maybe do something. I can't use Sonic's solution because Gabby doesn't have lives. She can just infinitely respawn. So, yeah. And yeah, they're also as a health system too, which I still don't quite understand. I'm sure there's probably a deeper reasoning behind why that's a thing, but I feel like in the modern games it doesn't really fly as well. I think it definitely worked in the originals, but I think modern Sonic and rings, because if you've played Unleashed, it is so easy to collect rings. Like, they are magnetized to you. Like, that's how easy it is. And I think it kind of defeats the point, but it is satisfying because you're running and then you hear this bling bling noise, and it's like, oh yeah. But apart from that, I think the value I think the design is just a little outdated, but that's just my opinion. I haven't really analyzed it that deeply. But yeah, you basically only need one ring. And if you want to get an S rank, you might need a bit more, depending on the game you're playing, because they do change how that works from game to game. In Sonic 06, you do need rings to get an S rank. It's basically only relying on the rings. For Unleashed, it's a different story. It's more about time. And it's, yeah, the scoring system is weird in those games. They always change it. It's not explicitly clear. Anyway, that's a tangent. That's a story for another time. But yeah, the more I'm just listening to this track still while playing around here. I think, yeah, I think that there might be a bit of percussion or whatever that I could add that kind of make it feel a bit more industrial. So I'm trying to think what that could be. Like a metallic sort of sound. But I'm not sure. I'll have to explore it a bit. Like, I don't know if there's some Sonic game I was thinking that has like a factory level in it, and the song for it is really neat. And it has like this sort of chimey gear sort of sound. So I don't know, maybe I'll try getting something like that for the track. I don't know if that'll match with this though, but I think crates, industrial, so maybe that could fit. But I think the beats in this little bridge here, if you can call it a bridge, I don't know. I don't know the proper name, but I think this I like how this matches with this level. With those drums sort of going. That feels kind of nice running through here. But anyway, I think, is that all the questions, feedback I got? I think we're good. I think we got it all. Crate Digger sound pack for drums. I'll check that out too. What have we got here? Some more Mario Sunshine stuff there. For Sunshine, blue coins were hard to collect. Oh, they had blue coins. Interesting. Tested your movement skills. If you collected 10, you could trade them for a shrine. Yeah. That sounds like good design. That sounds like good game design right there. But yeah, I don't really have an equivalent here yet. So I don't know. Maybe because I guess the problem that people are trying to solve here is navigating the level. I think doing coins like that doesn't solve that problem, but it does give you a cool thing. It does add value. It gives you challenge, but it doesn't solve that initial problem. And I don't think you can solve that with collectibles. I mean, you can solve it with collectibles, but I don't think you could solve it really well with... Like, I feel like there's probably another solution, and it might just come down to the arrangement of the crates and the colors. And if that's the case, I'll see what I can do about it. But so far, I mean, I don't know. I haven't really had anyone publicly playtest this yet, because this is like a closed build. But the people I have had try it did get a little bit lost, but most of them kind of knew where to go. Mostly this warehouse area I think people struggle with, and I think just these dimly lit bits, which I'm going to try and fix, kind of made things tricky. But yeah, alright, I think that'll do it for me. Let me close and save all this. Oh yeah, so I've just got that running. Yeah, so, yeah, I should really go. It's like almost 11. But yeah, thanks for sticking around, guys. Thanks for the feedback, and why do I have Pinterest here? Get that out of here. Oh, we got another comment. Chasing down a target that runs along a set path. I mean, I don't know. I'm not sure how that'll fit, and that might be a bit tricky to program. I want to try and find this. Usually, the simplest solution is the best solution, so we'll see. But at the moment, I think, music-wise, I think I've made some progress. So that was kind of the main point of today, at least. So, yeah. So I think I've got a bit of progress there done. How do I've got to turn this off somehow still. But yeah, thanks for sticking around and watching. I know I'm not like a specialist musician or anything. I don't know if anything that I did was that helpful or whatever. There's probably a way better way of doing it. But, you know, I don't care. I do it my way. And it works for me. So... yeah, like I don't know how to read sheet music. I don't know any of that, but I'm trying my best, and I enjoy it. So hopefully that was fun to watch. Okay, yes, drags. I'm hydrating. Okay, 3 hydrates in one go. I took an extra big sip just for you. Oh, come on, guys. Have you just all saved your hydrates up for the end? Jesus. Oh my god. You boys, you are funny. Okay, I've got like 1 sip left here. Okay, yeah, it's empty now, guys. You can't hydrate me anymore. Stop it. Yeah, I'll have to bank those for the next stream. Imagine if I had like a hydrate queue. God. I like open up my stream and it's like you've received 10 hydrates and I have to like drink 10 bottles of water before I can say anything on the stream. Like I just hit go live and it's just me drinking for like 2 minutes straight. That's what you guys are gonna do to me now. You know, if you save up those crates, you could spend them on cooler things other than trying to drown me. Like Gabby Trivia, for example, which one of you guys redeemed. I got to make a page on the website for the trivia, actually, because a lot of you guys, I know that not everyone can make all this. Oh, excuse me. So look what you're doing to me, guys. I can't even talk. I'm burping all this water. But yeah, it's... What was I saying? Yeah, so because I know not everyone can make every stream at every point, because I'm down in Australia, and the time zone is really different, and I stream... I don't really have a schedule, I just kind of do whatever. But I know, yeah, some of you guys have missed some of the old trivia stuff, because I think we've had it redeemed maybe 10 or 15 times. So there's probably 15 facts that are just there that only those people saw. So I want to have a place to put those. So I might work on the website a bit when I get some time. Like have a nice little page, and it'd be like, have all the trivia so far. I kind of wanted to do a cool character page for Gabby. Like, I don't know if I can... Let me close this Mac interface. Yeah. Oh, wait. Damn it. I gotta make a new personal meeting now. I forgot I had that open. Anyway, but let's say you had, like, what's a thing I can Google? What was I gonna Google? Oh, yeah, so, like, character profile. Actually, no. I know a perfect example. You guys are gonna love this. God, I don't know why I'm using this as an example, but hold on. I was thinking of when I first made the website, I really wanted to add a page like this for Gabby, like you know, like people do for their OCs, where it's like a character sheet or whatever. But you know, not with Cold Steel the Hedgehog, of course. But you know, like a little bit of biography. And maybe that's where I put the trivia, you know, like something like that. But imagine it with like a way better layout, with a background, and with a good font and everything. And a good picture of Gabby, of course. So yeah, I was thinking maybe doing like a page like that. But I think when I was making the website, I only really had time for a landing page mainly. Yeah, so I mean I just put my attention mainly on the landing page, so it's just you scroll through it and it's got stuff there. But I really wanted to turn it into like a multi-page thing. I mean I do have a few other pages here, like the shop, the community page, which just has links to everything. That was, I don't know if people actually find this helpful or not, but it's a good thing to link in the description, because then it just shows you everything. Actually, no, I do have, yeah, I've got a little one for me here. Because I use this usually if I'm doing an interview or something and people want info, I just send them this page. But yeah, I've kind of got this for me, like my OC bio here. But I got to do one for Gabby too. I think it's only fair. Maybe I should add that little speech bubble. Nothing personnel, kid. God, yeah, this image, I freaking love it. Just remember though that this is a copyrighted image by Blood Skull Boy 84, so you can't use this, guys. I can't use it either, for that matter. I can't put this image on my website. It's copyright of Blood Skull. So yeah. God, what a meme. When was this? I don't even know when this was a thing, but I know in 2008 these were huge. Anyway, I'll do Gabby's one of that. We'll put her trivia up. I don't know when I'll get around to doing that. Maybe after, well, let's focus on the build, and then I'll do that maybe. Raymond the Cripps. What's really funny is that there's this thing where if you can like search your name and then the hedgehog and you'll find something, there's always a result. There's like a whole wiki of it too, I think. I'm gonna search Raymond the Hedgehog. I have to look at it on my other screen because I don't know if anything weird will come up, because you never know with Google. Okay, this looks family friendly. But you search Raymond the Hedgehog and it's just like you get... This is what I look like apparently. Epic. I have purple spikes. How cool. What's really cool is that I do like Shadow. He's my favorite. So I'm happy with this interpretation. I get to be Shadow, but with purple, which is pretty sick. Is there a Gabby the Hedgehog? I gotta vet this first before I show this on stream, because you never know. Sometimes you get weird stuff. Okay, this looks appropriate. Gabby the Hedgehog looks like this. It's silver, but with purple. Purple, interesting. My character is also purple. Wonder what that means. This is Gabby with a Y. Okay, this is how you spell it. Yeah, a lot of people actually get the spelling wrong, funny enough. The reason why I do it Gabi is because firstly it's less letters and it's less things to type on a keyboard, and that's always nice. And it's also because you can type it with two B's, like Gab-B-E, or just one B. And I think I did one B because she has one ear, right? So it's like she's got one ear and she has one B in her name. So yeah, so I don't know. Then I thought that was kind of neat. But yeah, Raymond ships. That'd be an epic name. Anyway, I should probably head off. I mean, you guys don't need me to stream Sonic OCs, do you? You can look this up in your own time. Anyway, thanks so much for sticking around. Thanks for watching me do some work. I don't know when I'll stream next, but I'm just gonna, I don't know, see what happens. I don't know. If I'm up for it, we'll do it. If not, you'll see the video. And I gotta pack all this stuff up now, so I'm gonna have some fun. You guys take care. You stay safe. What else? So subscribe, smash like on this video. Check out my YouTube series where I document the rest of the development up till this point. So if you're bored right now and you're like, oh no, Ray's going to go offline, I have just the thing for you. You can go on YouTube and watch my series and you won't be bored. You could binge the whole thing. I think there's like 27 episodes. Yeah, I think I've got 27. I think I'm working on the 28th one, I think. So yeah, a lot of content there. So go check that out. Anyway, thanks for sticking around, and I will catch you in the next one. Where's my off button? There it is.